To provide some insight into what the conflict could look like in the week's time is Major General Chip Chapman, former head of the counterterrorism for the Ministry of Defence. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I mean, what do you make of where the conflict is right now?
Well, we're seeing two truths that always really occur in war. The first one is that after an initial shock or surprise, things revert to a steady grind, and that's a concept called entropy, which we see at the moment. So there's no real operational success from the Russians at the moment. They seem to be in an operational pause around Kiev, which may be to do with logistics or running out of manpower. And the second thing which we're seeing, because of the decision date they took to invade on the 24th of February, is that climate and terrain have a severe impact on the tempo and effects of combat. So if both of those are true, then they are not achieving their operational objectives in the time frame that they wanted. That doesn't mean that the war is over by any chance at the moment. And of course, in about 4 weeks' time, the mud of spring will be over, and they might be able to get a posture where they can maneuver once again, if it goes that long.
Do you buy the kind of quite one-sided media narrative that actually this is going relatively badly for Putin and that, he has obviously been bogged down and that Russian troops are defecting and this, that and the other? Do you buy into all of that?
I mostly buy into it, but I think, again, two things are sure in war. The first one, which I always quote Field Marshal Wavell from the Second World War, is that 2/3 of initial reports are wrong, misleading or inaccurate. And the second one is, of course, the way you consume your information and news means that there can always be a chance of confirmation bias. We are seeing the Ukrainian side as opposed to the Russian side. And therefore, because the plucky Ukrainians were seeing their side, and because unless you have your minds been hacked by the Russians, you probably want the Ukrainians to win, there is a potentially a problem with that.